This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo.
Alien Isolation is a survival horror game made by Creative Assembly, set in the Alien franchise. I've only ever seen one Alien movie, AVP if you must know, so I was going into this pretty blind to the lore. However, I'm glad to say that you don't need knowledge of the Alien movies to enjoy this game.
A commercial vessel, the Anisadora, has recovered what we believe to be the flight recorder unit of the Nostromo.
Our story begins with Amanda Ripley being visited by a man named Christopher Samuels. It appears they have found the Nostromo's flight recorder and are forming a team to retrieve it. After this short scene, you awaken on the Torrens on approach to the space station Sevastopol. And during your short spacewalk, things take a turn for the worse. Cue survival horror. This game is immersive. The tutorial teaches you through doing more than telling. It shows you that everything makes noise, and that in the silence, that noise feels amplified. Your HUD only shows your health, the amount of ammo you have, and the battery power left in your flashlight. Other than that, it's blank. No radar, no stealth bar, no map, nothing but what Amanda can actually see. Then, there's Sevastopol itself. Sevastopol is nearly abandoned, having been scheduled for decommission before the story starts, and feels rightly so. The station creaks and groans, putting you on edge, as you try to determine just what made the noise. Lights flicker, debris litters the floor, and certain sectors are in desperate needs of repair. All of this combines together to just suck you into the world. After arriving on the station, the story goes for a slow build rather than just throw you into the action like other survival horror games. It shows rather than tells what happened, with warnings on the walls and messages on the computers hinting at something sinister. Taking the time to soak it all in, it took 45 minutes to an hour before anything noteworthy happened, but I was scared the entire time.
Stay still.
This is where the game gives you a second quick tutorial. It teaches you how to survive on the station. Traveling by air vents, hiding behind boxes, moving slowly and quietly, all of these are important skills to learn. At the same time, you keep hearing about the monster that's killing people on the station.
A killer. You get it?
Everyone playing already knows what the monster is and what it can do, so it shouldn't be as terrifying as it is. Hiding is the only option. The alien cannot be killed. And just as you drink all this in, the game throws you right into an encounter with it. Not gonna lie, I freaked out. From that point on, the alien is a constant threat. Make too much noise, and it'll come out of hiding. Fight enemies, it'll join the fray. It's honestly the thing that put me the most on edge during this game. Sometimes, you'll hear it growling in the darkness, and wonder when it'll pop out next. Though the alien is your biggest threat, it isn't the only one. Humans are scattered around the station, scavenging for food, medical supplies, or repair parts. Not all of them are hostile, but you still feel the need to hide from every one of them, not knowing what they will do when they see you. Then, there are the working Joes. They are basically rubber masks pulled over a metal body with glowing orange eyes. At first, they don't seem like much of a threat, but their lack of emotion and robotic voices puts you on edge regardless. And when it's finally made apparent they are a threat, they become a vicious one. Strong and smart, these androids are almost impossible to kill. Their one saving grace is that they are slow, so you can easily outrun them. Then again, running could attract the alien. Now of course, the game isn't perfect, and there were a few things that bothered me. First off, and really the most obvious, is the fact that the game tells you you need to be as quiet as possible. Amanda, however, is not.
Samuels! You're alive! It's Ripley!
The lockers, I understand. It's impossible to get into one of those things quietly. In fact, I think you should have made more noise based on how much you moved around inside. What I don't get, though, is why she's yelling into the microphone. I mean, seriously, calm down. Someone, or something, is going to hear you. Another thing that really bothered me was the enemy sightlines. It seems like at times where they should see you, they don't, and when they shouldn't, they do. This made it really hard for me to get a feel for how they saw and what they saw. Then, there was the alien, who would sometimes glitch and appear inside a room in front of you after having just gone behind you. Needless to say, I needed to retry certain parts multiple times. This brings me to my final point, the save points. Save points are few and far between in this game, which is fine. I don't expect save points to be littered across the world, especially when you are trying to build suspense. In this case, however, I believe there are too few. Things in Alien Isolation take a long time to do, especially if you run out of noisemakers and are forced to make the slow crawl to your destination. This can sometimes take up to 15 minutes or more, and if you die at the end, you'll have to do it all over again. These are all really small things, of course, and though they can hinder the game, they certainly don't ruin it. All in all, Alien Isolation is a really solid game filled to the brim with suspenseful moments and a great atmosphere. This game is a must-have to anyone who enjoys the survival horror genre. Happy hiding, and here's hoping the monster doesn't get you in the dark.